Hello, my friend. I hope you are keeping well. Welcome to Joey's Tech. You are going to learn a cool computing problem in this video, which will sharpen up your dynamic programming skills. The problem's title is Maximum Sum of Pairs with a Specific Difference. It is interesting and might appear in your next tech interview. The problem is about forming disjoint pairs of integers and is fun to solve. I don't want you to be deprived of learning with fun today, hence, I want you to watch this video till the end. I know your excitement to see the problem statement is increasing, so let's not wait any further and check it out. At the center of this problem is an array of integers and a number denoted by variable k. You can form a pair of any two integers from this array if the difference between the two integers is strictly less than k. Your task is to find out the maximum possible sum of disjoint pairs formed from this array. Remember the word disjoint. That means if an integer is used in a pair, then it can't form a pair with another integer. The array around which we will construct a dynamic programming algorithm consists of the integers 3, 5, 10, 15, 17, 12 and 9. And for this problem k is 4. That means we can only form a pair of two integers if the difference between them is less than 4. Below are some disjoint pairs that can be formed from this array. Pair number 1 consists of 3 and 5, pair number 2 consists of 10 and 9, and pair 3 consists of 12 and 15. The sum that comes out from these pairs is 54, which is the summation of 3, 5, 10, 9, 12 and 15. But it's not certain whether this is maximum possible sum or not. So let's switch to the framework and find out if it is the maximum sum or not. If 54 is not the maximum sum, then what the maximum possible sum will be? But before we switch to our framework, I request you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already and hit the bell icon next to it, because that way you are not going to miss out on any of my future videos. Now let's switch to the framework and solve this problem. For this TP problem, the k is 4. That means we need to check in the pairs we form that the difference between the integers comes out less than 4. Also, the first dynamic programming approach that comes to my mind in order to solve this computing problem is using the LIS style, the longest increasing subsequence style. But the time complexity of that algorithm will be O n square. Now, if we can sort this array in the first place, then we can solve this problem in O n time, because sorting will relieve us from worrying about the integers before the immediately previous integer. So let's first sort this problem array. Okay, so now the array is sorted. All we'll do is fill this solution array over here. You can see it is of the same size as the problem array. We'll fill the first cell of the solution array with the first cell's value of the problem array, which is 3 in this case. This is the base subproblem. Moving to the second subproblem, which involves 5. Now subtract 3 from 5. You get 2. It is less than 4, so these two integers 5 and 3 can form a pair. Hence the sum will be this 3 from my solution array added to this 5 from the problem array, and we get 8. So I populate 8 in this cell. Now 9 is the new integer from which we'll subtract 5. The result comes out as 4, which defies our condition. Hence what we'll do, we'll simply pick 8 from the previous cell and put it here. This is the advantage of sorting. We are now not worried about subtracting the integer previous to 5 from 9, because we know the difference between them will never be less than 4. We have 10 now as the next integer. We'll subtract 9 from 10, the difference will be 1. So these two can form the pair. What we'll do now, we'll add 10 and 9, that will give us 19, and add it to the result stored in the cell just before the immediately previous cell in the solution array. This will give me the solution as 27, which I have to compare with 8 to find the greater value and store it in this cell. So the max value between 27 and 8 is 27, which I populate here. I know a lot happened here, but let's see everything in detail. First question you might be having is why we added 19 to the value of this cell. We did that because this cell holds the optimized solution, that is the maximum sum of the disjoint pairs before 9. We are excluding the solution array cell for 9 because for this subproblem it is forming a pair with 10. Second question that you might be having is why we took this 8 under consideration and made it as one of the candidates for this cell. We did that because 10 over here may not form a pair that gives high yielding value, so we might have to exclude it, which is why it is also necessary to consider the value without using 10 to form a pair. Based on this concept, let's fill the other cells of the array quickly. Now the next subproblem involves 12. So first what we are going to do, we are going to subtract 10 from this 12. We get 2 as the answer. 2 is less than 4. That means these two integers can form a pair. When these two form a pair, the result of the addition will be 22. That 22 will be added to the value of this cell before the immediately previous cell of the current subproblem. So 22 plus 8 is going to be 30. Now this 30 is one of the candidates for this cell. What is the second candidate for this cell? It is 27. So which is greater between 27 and 30? 30 obviously. So I am going to populate 30 over here. Okay, let me eliminate this. Now we move to the next subproblem that involves 15. So can 15 and 12 form a pair? Let's check that out. We subtract 12 from 15, we get 3. 3 is less than 4, so yes, they can form a pair. So addition of 12 and 15 is 27. That 27 will be added to this 27. So the number that we are going to get as a result of this addition will be 54. This is one of the candidates and the other candidate is 30. So between 30 and 54, which is greater? Obviously it's 54. Okay. Now we have reached to the final subproblem. That is also our problem. We have 17 over here. So we are going to check whether 17 and 15 can form a pair. So 15 subtracted from 17 gives me 2. 2 is less than 4, so yes, they can form a pair. We add 15 and 17 and we get 32. So this 32 will be added to this 30, the value of the cell before the immediately previous cell in the solution array. 30 added to 32 is going to give me 62. That is one of the candidates. Between 62 and 54, which is greater? 62 obviously. So 62 is populated as the answer in the final cell of the solution array, and this 62 is also our answer. In the previous slide, we saw some pairs and we saw that the addition of the integers forming those pairs was 54, and we raised the question whether this is a maximum sum or not. It was not the maximum sum. 62 is the maximum sum. Let's do a little backtracing here to find out which disjoint pairs form this sum 62. 62 is not equal to 54, the value of the cell before its own cell. This means a portion of 62 is made of the corresponding integer of the problem array and the integer in the cell before it. So 15 and 17 form the first pair. Now their sum must have been added to the value of the cell, that is the third cell from the end. So if the last cell is indexed I, we jump to the cell indexed by I minus 2. Here we have 30, which is not equal to this 27. That means a portion of it is made of the corresponding integer of the problem array and the integer in the cell before it. This gives us our second pair. Now we go to the cell indexed by I minus 4. Check the value here. It is 8. And clearly we have picked it from the cell before. So 9 over here has no role to play to form a pair. In this case, we move to the cell indexed by I minus 5. If you follow the same method, then you can see we have got our last pair, which is 3 and 5. Add them up and you get 62. Now let's take a look at the algorithm. Take a good look at this pseudocode. This is the exact implementation of the explanation that you saw in the video. I hope that you create a good code around this algorithm. With this, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned from this video. I look so much forward to help you with programming and algorithms. And only for this video, goodbye and take very good care of yourself.